Hello guys, welcome to another 3-man meta video. I'm your host Danny. With always, I've got James and Leighton with me, and today we're talking our Legacy Spoilers. Very excited to show these off. What about you guys?
Yeah. Obviously excited. Spoiler is always a good season to be in.
English, yeah, it's great to have I think it's awesome that we've got sent cards out again, and I like the fact that FFG are kind of sending out cards um, that synergize with each other and are meant to be played with each other, which is kind of cool. Instead of just getting three
Thematics.
random cards, yeah, thematic cards. It's cool. We
Yeah,
like the fluff.
we do like the fluff. And I want to point out, I don't think anyone's going to get a better set of spoilers than we did, because like the centerpiece to these spoilers is just excellent. So we'll get on to the first card, which is Reinforce, which is a 1-cost red neutral event that reads: roll a character die on one of your characters into the pool if you have another copy of that character in play.
Yeah, seems good. Yeah,
Very
no.
interesting.
Yeah. It's. I like the artwork. I'm going to say that first, and it's red neutral, so we'll see a lot of play, I think. And I'm not going to really be playing 3 Death Troopers for this, but it looks pretty cool, especially with some of the other cards we've got coming out.
Yeah, I can see this being played if people are still rocking that Lando rookie pilot deck. It's another way to get another rookie pilot die into the pool. Allows you to get hopefully that +2 towards those planned explosions. So it's cool. And obviously, like FFG, if it's got a picture on the card, then you kind of tell that's what you want to go with. But Triple Death Trooper really hasn't been a deck that's seen a lot of competitive play. This is quite cool. Allows you to get another Death Trooper die. So it doesn't add a die, does it? It just makes you roll in that character's die. Is that correct? So basically, if I've got 3 Death Troopers, I just pick one of my Death Troopers, I roll in that character's die, then resolve it. Then when I activate that character, get the die back. Is that how this card works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it allows you to re-roll in like an exhausted Death Trooper.
Or a Death Trooper that's not been activated yet.
Or a
So
Death
you
Trooper
can
that's not been activated. Yeah, it's kind of like Reckless Re-entry, but for characters.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good.
With no downside.
That's a good comparison. Yeah, it's like a reckless re-entry. Apart from you obviously have to have 2 of these characters. So if we ever see the return of Django Trooper,
Well,
get one of your Trooper die in.
yeah, a big thing with like how the new meta seems to be shaping up. I think we'll see a lot of 4-character decks, and this will just help them get a little bit quicker, whether or not they need that, or actually, in fact, it's not going to make them quicker. It's going to make them slower. But you can get big greedy plays with like the more chunky dice from like the Pigmen or Death Troopers. So I like the card.
Cool.
Yeah, next one we're going to move on to something a bit hinting towards what this set of spoilers is thematically based around. It's a 2-cost red neutral event again. Deal indirect damage to an opponent equal to the number of exhausted characters you have.
That's a long name for that card.
Yeah, strength in numbers. And it's got a ton of B1 battle droids on it.
It's awesome. Now it seems good. Deal indirect damage. So yeah, like the more characters you have, the better. I mean, at the minute we're seeing 3 character max, sometimes 4.
Yeah.
Like you said, with the nerf that we've seen from the FAQ, we'll probably be seeing more of that and more of those sort of size things. And maybe with some new cards, we'll be seeing even bigger pools of characters. So
the 5 Jawas, although you can't play 5 Jawas in this card.
yeah, 4 Jaws and something else. Hint, 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 hint.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, without knowing what other cards we've got, this card is bad because essentially, like 2 to deal 3 indirect or 2 to deal 4 isn't particularly tasty. But yeah, when you see what other cards we have to show, you'll see that this card makes sense. But I think once we reveal the other card, we'll go back to this one and we'll show that this card will be good. But
yeah,
in a vacuum, and if this card is just plunked into the current meta, and if this card was in the last set, it wouldn't see play. If obviously indirect damage was in the last set, but you'll see when we go on to the next cards. Danny wanted to be all
yeah, got to build it right.
yeah. So
can you feel the hype?
You will see the strength of this card momentarily.
Getting closer now.
It is getting closer. So the next card we're going to reveal is a 2-cost support vehicle. It's a Separatist landing craft. It's got 1 shield, 2 shields, 1 resource, and a special. What's that special, you ask? So it's spend 2 resources to add a battle droid, Legacies number 9, to your team. Discard the support from play.
Dun.
So we can't really talk about this card until we move on to the next one. So let's move on to the next one, then we can go back.
Yeah.
There we go.
So the big reveal is that we're
Wonder.
getting the battle droid. It's not titled B1 battle droid, and that upsets my inner nerd a little bit. But he is a 6-cost red villain character with 1 ranged, 1 indirect, 1 indirect, plus 2 indirect. And his ability is, after you activate this character, if its die was just rolled indirect damage, you may activate another one of your battle droids.
And it has the best flavour text of all time.
Roger, roger.
It's it might fill some holes in some 3 or 4 character lists for 6 points, but until we see more indirect damage cards, I don't see how this is great. And really, you're getting the most out of this when you field it with tons of battle droids, which I love fluff wise. How good is that going to be? I don't know, especially when my Sabine's dropping thermals on their heads. It seems with the new support, it seems like it might be a fun fluffy list with just a shit ton of battle droids, basically.
And now you can see another reason why Poe got up in 2 points. So they wanted to kill the Poe Maz deck, because if Poe Maz was still around, they would win like with 2 specials and 2 thermals.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool having 5 battle droids, all with 6 health, and then you can have them the cascade, right? So you roll in one. Oh, sweet! I got an indirect. Activate the next one. Got indirect. Can keep going until they're all rolled in. Now you go back to Separatist Landing. You got a spare 2 resources. Sweet, just add another guy to your team. So where you look at other cards like Endless Ranks, that costs 5, and the best you can get of Endless Ranks is pay 5 to get back a Death Trooper for 10 health. Where this is roll a special, pay 2, get another character and 6 health. So it's not even like add a character. You could the miracle dream is you play Separatist base in your first round. Somehow one of your guys don't die. You roll this in round 2 and you got some money, get a special, and now you've got 6 of these bods on the field.
Yeah.
And now your strength in numbers can now deal 6 indirect for 2.
Yeah, and it's even crazier than that, right? If you can somehow get an engine to make enough money with maybe Thrawn or Unkar, you could just loop the landing craft with like docking bay, which lets you replay a support from your discard pile, decreasing the cost by 1. So you pay 1 to put it back into play. You roll back out, hit the special, you get to put another battle droid in, discard it. It's just how consistently can you roll the special on that landing craft, which if it was a hero deck would be dead easy because you'd C-3PO and you'd Maz it and you'd go nuts. But with villain, they've got less dice fixing.
Well, the other villains have like Thrawn's obviously got his big focus, and then you've also got Jabba and Onkar with focusing. So yeah, you can maybe get a couple of droids. So 12 points on droids leaves you with 18 points for an elite character.
Thrawn is 17 points elite.
Boom.
Boom.
So Thrawn and a couple of battle droids, and then just make money and
just keep
throwing
out battle droids.
Keep throwing out battle droids. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's very Endless Ranksy, like the term. I mean, it feels very much like Destiny's become a war of attrition with this. Imagine Mace Windu just cutting down swathes of battle droids. Brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that the likelihood of this deck being competitive and tier 1 is pretty low. I feel the battle droids have too little health, and you need too much to come together to really go lol. I've got 10 battle droids on the table. You'd also need to own 10 battle droids, which could be the next issue, right?
Yeah.
This is not legendary.
No, we didn't get a legendary, did we? Let me just re-click back through. No, rare.
So we got
common,
3 rares and a common.
Yeah, okay. But really, really like the battle droids. I'm glad they're in. I'm glad they're 6 cost. I've looked at Phasma decks already. A 6 cost red character doesn't help me in the slightest because it would let me hit a Tusken Raider instead of a Guavian, but he's got less health. So we'll wait for a 6-point yellow character for villain. And then I can play TIE Pilot, and then we're laughing.
Yeah, it seems like, like you said, it's not vastly competitive stuff, but I'm glad it's in the game. And hell yes, I'd like to play a crazy battle droid team, but I'd have to probably borrow some cards and dice from you guys because there's no way I'm going to go out my way to find upwards of 5 or 6 battle droids.
Battle droids. No, it's
Yeah.
Well,
definitely.
but the thing is, they've got such ill health. I don't think you're ever going to get any more than 5 in play, because by the time you've played the Separatist landing craft, then generated the 2 money, and then rolled the special, one of your droids will die. Like, your opponent could easily kill a droid a round. Like, will blow up a droid per round. That's why they are quite fast. And also, you've got things as well like squad tactics. Just activate them all at once. Get all that indirect damages in the pool where you can, instead of having to worry about the daisy chain. So that one's going to die consistently pretty much every round, because think about what sort of removal mono red has. If you have suppression, well, you've got 5 characters all with one side that you can suppress.
Yeah.
Okay, you definitely be running flank, but there's not a whole deal of a sort of red mono removal. Okay, you definitely have to run a couple of copies of doubt. So they're definitely going to have 1 die per round. So I think the thing is, it's all about just trying to outlive your opponent with the Separatist landing crafts, getting the specials, getting the money, getting another guy out, and just hopefully just slowly but surely indirectly damage them to death.
More of attrition.
These little ones.
Yeah, and if you're playing like the big like Thrawn, it's probably like they'll probably go for Thrawn first and just leave the battle droids alone, right? So that gives you more time to kind of spam out your droids. And if you do go the 5 battle droid route, you can god roll the 9 indirect damage turn 1, which is okay. It's not incredible, but I think they're better than 5 Jawas, though. I think people are not going to run 5 Jawas now and just run 5 battle droids.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, well, we could maybe go 4 battle droids and a Jawa.
Does that casual Jawa trying to sell them? Very thematic.
Yeah. Just trying to hang out with the droids.
Yeah. Right, I think that's probably enough for this episode then. It's a nice short one. Excited to see the spoilers. They'll be going up on our Facebook page. Make sure to share, make sure to comment, and let us know what you're going to think about them. And we'll catch you next time.